going live. Hello, everyone. Hi, Anne.
Hi, Albertha. Hi, everyone.
Good evening from my side to you, and good evening to everyone as well that are tuning in here, or maybe will be tuning in a little bit later for the replay. So I'm just here to bring Anne live here on the Melbourne Pasifika page so we can know a little bit about why we have the Melbourne Pasifika Festival. And firstly, I'll get Anne to introduce herself. But before I do that, I'll just introduce a little bit about myself. So my name is Alberta. To those new here, I'm originally from Papua New Guinea, but I'm here in Melbourne, and I've met Anne through, I don't know how we met.
At the Pacific Expo.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, no,
No,
before
no,
that, too.
we actually met at the
Melbourne
festival.
Pacific
Yeah,
Festival.
and the
Yeah,
Melbourne Pasifika Festival
yeah.
three years ago.
Uh,
Yeah,
Probably,
20.
yeah.
Yes, that's where I got to meet Anne. And I was actually how I met Anne was we did a stall. I actually got a stall for the Pacifica Festival, and he I, she was I didn't do the payment on time, I believe, but I did a direct payment for the stall. And when I put up my stall, she walked straight up to me and she started asking, "Hey, did you register your stall?" And I was like, who's asking? And then I was looking at this lady and I'm thinking, who is this lady? I've been speaking with Tua on the email or something. And then that's when she introduced herself to me. And from there on, I never forgot her. I never forgot you, Ed. When you
Wow,
came walking
that's
up
some introduction.
that's how we met. So 3 years, going 4 years back, really love working with Anne now that I became one of the volunteers working with Anne. So thank you, Anne. Would you mind introducing
And
yourself?
sure. And you're also on the Melbourne Pacifica Festival Committee, and you're
Committee
also our Women's Federation for World Peace member
member,
in
yes.
Victoria. Yeah, cool.
And
Uh,
apologies, everyone, our voice may be a bit, because we're down with cold, but just bear with us. Thank you. So go
Thanks.
ahead, Anne.
All right. So, yes, the Women's Federation for World Peace Australia, or WFWP, we host the Melbourne Pasifika Festival, and it's the committee is made up of uh, Women's Federation volunteers and also Pacific Island volunteers. And the reason why we host the festival is because one of the key components of our work, WFWP in Australia, are our global development and aid projects in the Pacific Islands, where we support women and their families through things like the Pacifica Scholarship Fund, where we fund young women to go through the whole course of their university education, and the Pacifica microcredit for women who are unable to get loans from banks who want to start up a small business to support their family. Books for the Islands, we start up libraries in schools. Um, Most schools don't have libraries. Even the public libraries are so small. So we've been doing that for years and years, over 20 years actually, to all the Pacific Islands. And then also Island Lights Project. We've done a few of those for portable solar lighting. and also the women's sewing centres, where we send over refurbished, used sewing machines for women and do training in the sewing centres. So they're our global development and aid projects. And so we thought, why don't we connect with our Pacific Island neighbours here? And so we started the network, and this is the 6th year of the Melbourne Pasifika Festival, and it's getting bigger and bigger, and more connections. And it's the only festival in Melbourne that is for all the Pacific Islanders together. So therefore, the name Pasifika Festival, and and it's been wonderful connecting. And it's also a fundraiser for these global development and aid projects. So Albertha had a stall the very first time we met. So it's also the stores, the payment for those stores, 100% of it goes for those projects. And this year, through our store holders, we're able to fund one woman to attend university for a whole year, which is quite phenomenal. Uh, yeah, so that's the festival. And what do we do? What does Women's Federation do? So I talked about our global development and aid projects. The second pillar is our Global Women's Peace Network, and that's a network of women leaders. And we have an assembly once a year, and we also have a mentoring program where we match established leaders with emerging leaders. And tomorrow night, actually, we've got our 8th workshop since July. So the program runs from July to December. And then next week, we've got our last workshop for the season. Um, and these are all training on leadership. And of course, it's for us. The culture of heart is very important, and it's leadership of the heart, where women can be who they are. We don't want to compete with our men, and it's equal partnership. That's how we work. And then the third pillar are our local activities that we do, and the Melbourne Pasifika Festival would run under that local activity. And we have way to happiness and peace building seminars throughout the year, all based on education with values, because we're very much a values driven organization to and family based organization to lift up the family and uphold the values in the family to help create good citizens in the community. So they're the three pillars that Women's Federation all around the world operates, because it's an international NGO. And I'm the national president in Australia. And I also represent our region on the international board. Our region is Oceania and Southeast Asia. So I support our chapters in our region. And I just came back from the Solomon Islands actually 2 weeks ago, supporting the team over there. Yeah. So it
Wow.
keeps me pretty busy.
It is. It looks like you're busy all through the year, especially. And one of the things that I love about, all your programs as well. I've been to one physically, the physical one that I think you were away that time, but I actually learned a lot, a lot.
Oh, at the assembly, the GWPN assembly.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
It
It's
it
good fun.
was, yeah, it was, and we learned a lot about, our strengths, our weaknesses, especially as women, and what we put ourselves to as mothers as well. and as leader women in our community and in our family. So that was very interesting to attend
Yeah.
to. So, and I believe I'm the only Papua New Guinean there in the. I
The
wish and I
audience.
hope there's
You have
more.
to bring everyone along
Yeah,
next year.
more more young Papua New Guineans to come and learn about what WFWP does.
Mm.
Um, I am actually inspired by the mission and what you
Yeah,
guys do.
me too. That's what drives me. It's just phenomenal, actually, that we are all volunteers around the world. It's incredible. And the fact that we're here to support each other and uplift women and help women support their families. Because we know if you raise up one woman, she lifts up her whole
Okay.
community.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's very very true. And one of the other key areas as well is the World Environment Day, which I was amazed. You know, looking after
Yes.
the environment was like wow
Yes.
when we did the Port Melbourne cleanup.
Yeah. So in our local activities, we have two environment campaigns. So we have three focus areas. It's always women. Women in something. So for the GWPN, it's women in leadership, family, and the environment. So we have those two campaigns. One is the first Saturday of March, which is Clean Up Australia Day, and the other is the first Saturday of June, which is um, UN World Ocean Day. I think it's June.
June,
It's either
July.
May or June, not
Yeah,
July. Yeah. So it's one of those Saturdays anyway, and we work with the beach cleanup
patrol.
crew. Yeah, beach patrol
That
at
that was
of Melbourne.
it was amazing because my boys actually enjoyed it.
Oh
And now,
wow!
yeah, from wherever we go, my little stand would be, hey, you need to collect that. You need to collect the plastic. Oh, okay.
Good on
Yeah,
him. See, we
yeah.
educate the young ones. They're going to change things.
Mm,
So it's great.
thank you. And the thing about the Melbourne Pacifica. So the Melbourne Pacifica, would you like to, elaborate more on what we actually do on the Melbourne Pacifica Festival Day, and what
Yeah,
time do we normally have that?
absolutely. So we have different activities actually. We start off with the Melbourne Rebels Clinic, and registration for that is at the WFWP marquee, which is the info marquee on the day. And then we have the juniors, so the primary school clinic starts at 10:30, and then the seniors, so the high schools kids at 11:30. And then we also have a charity walk to raise funds for our global development and aid projects. Um, and registration for that is at 11, and then we kick off at 11:30. It's a very easy walk. It's around the lake and up past the Lynbrook train station to a park, and back around the other side of the lake. Um, and it's fun. We get together, get to do some exercise. And then at also 11 o'clock, we have Zumba happening. So the MCs and DJs are there at that time. So I think this year we've got two Zumba sessions. So
Yeah,
it's a good way to get exercise as well. And so that's 11-ish to 12. And then 1 o'clock, the festival actually opens at 12. And so the stall holders are selling by then. So you can come and have your lunch. And then at 1 o'clock, we have the opening ceremony, which this year is conducted by the Fijians. Fijian chief is doing a traditional Fijian welcoming ceremony. And then we've got VIPs on stage as well, so they'll just introduce themselves and their organizations briefly. And then we have the Bula Mecca dance group, the men's group, as the opening ceremony. And then from that time, we have the traditional dances from all the different cultures coming on. These are really good dance groups. And then from 4 to 6, we have our live band. And then from 6 to 7:30, we have some solo performances and DJ, and we'll get people coming up, the kids coming up, they can sing along to the dances as well, and finishes at 7:30. So it's a full day, fun day, family. Yeah.
So this year will be at Banjo Patterson Park, yeah,
Yeah.
Lynbrook. Okay.
Lynbrook
Mm.
this Saturday.
Is there a parking lot there?
It's all free parking, which is really good. The park is right up next to houses. They have their own garage and driveways. So there's parking all the way around the park, which is Patterson Drive, and then parking up the streets. The shopping center is very close, so there's parking there. There should be heaps of parking, actually. Shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
And also, it's right at the Lynbrook train station, so you don't
Okay.
actually have to drive. It's the Lynbrook train station is the eastern side of the park,
Okay.
and the festival's at the western side. So you get out of the train station, walk across the big oval round the lake, and you're there at the festival.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's
wow,
is it
three
easy to
minutes.
find? Easy to find
Lynbrook
the
train
the, the,
station, the festival.
the Patterson Park, the Banjo Patterson Park on the GPS.
Uh, yes, but we're on the park. So that's the thing. So we're going to be at the River Red Gum Place end. So on your GPS, if you put River Red Gum Place, then you'll find us right there. Yeah.
Mm.
And it's right beside the children's playground as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Nice. It's a,
And I can see you. You know, you've got that heart to help our people. So we like when I learned about what you do, I was actually inspired and thought, wow, this actually leading an organization which helping my country. Why not I be part of it? So
exactly. Why
that's
not?
when that's
Yes, we
when
have it.
I actually made that committed decision that I have to. That's one way of giving back
Yeah.
in projects like this. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, we have a chapter in PNG. I was there in January this year, and I ran a microcredit training workshop, teaching women micro uh, business skills. 3-day workshop up in Sogeri at
Sogeri.
the at the historic school up there, which
Wow.
was
Did
which
you
was a
like
lot
to
of
drive
fun.
up there to Sogeri?
Yeah, really, really interesting. And the
Very.
driver, what I noticed, they had their blinkers on all the time. You know,
Why?
the safety blinkers because of all the turns and
Oh,
sharp
okay.
turns in case traffic was coming. And every time we went just before the turn, he honked the horn. So I
Yeah,
thought,
yeah.
oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's
because
what you do in
there's no
PNG.
mirrors and no nothing to see whether there's another incoming vehicle is coming, and that road is scary.
Yeah,
I for one, I get scared going up to Sogeri because of the way the road is.
that's right. It's
Yeah,
very windy, but so beautiful.
it's
Oh my
beautiful actually,
goodness.
standing up there. Yeah,
Yeah.
and how you were there for 3 days? Yeah.
Um, no, we ran the workshop for 3 days. I was there in PNG for about 10 days. So we're in Port Moresby, met the teams. We had women leaders came together. We had a day session there, then 3 days up in Sogeri. Um, well, 4 days for me, but 3 days for the workshop. And then back down to Port Moresby, doing some training with the team there. Yeah,
Okay,
it was
so
good.
you met up with the president there, yeah, for the women's head
Yes,
in
yes.
Papua New Guinea, and that's
Yeah.
what's her
Priska
name again?
Move. Yeah,
Priska.
Priska. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you for your work. And also, I saw you with the elementary kids in Solomon Islands. It was inspiring to see,
Yeah,
you.
at the New Hope Academy. So one of the schools, WFWP Japan, and us in Australia, we've supported is the New Hope Academy. And it started as a kindergarten, and now this year was the first year, grade 7. So now they're a Peter 12 school. It's amazing. And they've
That's
done it
amazing.
themselves, really. They've built the school. The last 2 years, they tore down the kindergarten, and on that grounds, they established a 2-story building with all the classrooms. Amazing. So, yeah, we would still support them. I sent over 7 laptops with me for the departments to use.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, so we still support them in different ways.
thank you. Thank you
And
for that.
their library comes from books from schools in Australia. Yeah.
That's really good. And you've been to Fiji as well in the beginning of the year, yeah?
No, that was last year.
Last year.
Um, Middle of last year, I was there. Yeah.
Mm. Oh, thank you, and thank you for all you do, and those that are part of the Women's Fed as well. Thank you to all the volunteers as well, and those that contribute as well to the
Yeah.
especially
Our
the Melbourne.
members. So become a member, get involved, um, join our little community, growing community. Um, yeah, the more the merrier. The more members we get, the more we can do in the Pacific Islands, because half of our membership fee goes into this island project account. And until we've got enough money to do our projects, yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's
So
a good feeling.
anyone who is willing to give back their time or even be part of the WFWP, you can reach out to Anne or myself to be part of it for a worthy cause, especially those in Melbourne as well or around Australia. This is one way of giving back to your home country because these
Absolutely.
projects they cover the whole Pacific Islands. Yeah.
Yeah. And the more members, the more we can do, because the our global development and aid projects are 100% membership funded. So the more members we have, the more impact we can have to support women and their families. Yeah.
Uh, Thank you. And do you have any like future projects that are coming up as well that you're planning
Um,
to implement in the
in the near future, well, January our office is closed, and then we start again. So we start in March with February, we'll have one of our Way to Happiness and Peace Building seminars, the first one in the series. Then March, our Clean Up Australia Day. So we have every month pretty much sessions. They're usually the first Saturday of the month. The only one that isn't is the UN International Day of Peace conference, which is a Way to Happiness and Peace Building seminar. And that's usually the middle of September, which is closer to the UN Day, which is September 23rd. So we have a whole annual program of what we do, and we're developing them and building them up.
Thank you. And someone in, I think, based in Ley, Papua New Guinea, is saying good night, watching from the
Ah,
PNG.
how do we
Great
become members?
initiative. How do we become a member?
So, what you need to do is give your phone number and email to Albertha. Then I can connect you to Priska
Priska, yeah,
in Port
but
Moresby,
mostly,
and
yeah.
then she can contact you, and you can become part of WFWP PNG.
Yeah. So, Lizzie, you can message me your name, I mean, your number, and then we can connect you to Priska, who's the president for WFWP PNG. Yes. And it's an amazing organization because for me as a young woman and a mother, I'm learning a lot, and I'm also connecting with women all around the world. That's one
Mm,
of the amazing things, especially the leaders that I get so inspired by, and what they do to bring peace as well as world peace amongst, the world, and that's amazing. So be part of it. It's for a good cause, and you can also, personally develop yourself that way. So
absolutely. Yeah,
thank you so much, and to those in Melbourne, reach out to Anne or I if you want to be part of the um, the Melbourne-based ones. We are more than happy to welcome you into this. As President Anne have said, the more the merrier. We can
that's
help
right.
more of those upcoming projects in the Pacific Islands. So thank you
Absolutely.
so much.
Thank
And what's
you.
your message to those that are so our event, the Melbourne Pasifika Festival, will be this Saturday. It's an annual event, so for those that have registered, uh, to have a stall, thank you so much to your contribution, because you are contributing towards these projects. To those as well that will be showcasing their cultures, we are looking forward to mingle together and learn from each other as well, because this is an amazing festival that connects all the Pacific Islands together, and we learned a lot from each other as well when we connect, and we inspire
Absolutely.
one another as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. Bring your family, have some fun. Bring the
I
kids to
will.
the clinics, do the charity walk. Yeah. Enjoy.
I'm looking forward to the
Yeah.
charity walk as well, and the Zumba.
Yeah.
So yeah, we will see you guys this Saturday. Thank you so much. And if you would like to be part of us, you can message the Melbourne Pacifica Festival page as well, and we can get back to you with that. So thank you
Absolutely.
so much again, and for your time. You didn't feel well, but thank you for your time again. We appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And
Talk
thank
to
you,
you soon.
everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye.